Welcome to Singing Time. Today, you may notice I'm wearing this awesome vintage hat. I love vintage hats. And do you know why? When I was young, I used to hear lots of stories of my great-grandma that I never got to meet. And she loved hats. So I grew up loving hats too. And today we're going to learn a song that's all about our family and our family history. It's such a fun song. Family history, I'm doing it. This is how it starts. Sing with me. Family history, I am doing it. My family history. Are you doing your family history? Have you thought about this time that we're at home is a great time to learn more about your family? What even is family history? Is it history like you study at school? Not really. What do you think it is? Pause the video and discuss it with your family. Okay, we're back. What did you come up with? I think family history is all about learning about all the members of our family in our current generation, the generation before, the generation before, the generation before, all back as far as we can, learning about who they were, learning about the dates they were born, the places they lived, the things that they valued. We get to love them by learning about them. There's a lot of fun stories, like my hat. I love stories about my family history. Let's sing line 1 and go on to line 2. Family history, I am doing it, my family history. And the love I feel while I'm doing it is very sweet to me. When you hear stories about your grandma and grandpa, or ancestors from a long time ago, or even about your mom and dad when they were young, don't you just love them even more? Do you ever learn things about your family that make you think, hey, I'm just like that? Isn't that the coolest feeling? Sometimes when I read family history stories, I feel like I got to meet these people, even though I haven't yet in my mortal life. But I'm excited to meet them in the future. So today, I have something to show you. Look at these. These are marbles. And this is part of a game that was really popular several years ago. My dad, when he was a little boy, used to play with these marbles, and he gave them to my family for my kids so that we could see some of the things he used to do when he was young. And you know what? It's even more fun than just a game. Look at the colors. Look at the smooth shape. There's even a few different sizes. My dad loves colors. He loves textures. He loves to experiment with different colors together. He's an artist. And even when he was a little kid, color and texture interested him. And guess what? I love colors. I love textures. I love art. Just like my dad. I love asking him art questions, seeing things he painted. All those things make me love him even more. Let's sing that part of the song and we'll go on to the next. Family history, I am doing it, my family history. And the love I feel while I'm doing it is very sweet to me. Here's the next part. I learned stories of my progenitors. What does that word mean? What's a progenitor? Pause the video and discuss it with your family. Okay, we're back. What did you come up with? Here's a clue. Progenitors, the people that went before us, right? Those are the same thing as ancestors. Grandmas, grandpas, great-grandmas, aunts, uncles, they lived before us. They are progenitors. So let's do that again. I learned stories of my progenitors. Good. Let's do it a little faster with all of those actions. I learned stories of my progenitors. Can you do it even faster? I learned stories of my progenitors. Oh, that was good. All right, the next line goes like this. I write their history. Wow, have you thought about writing the history of your progenitors, your ancestors? Wow, what a fun goal. That would be amazing to work on right now in your Strive to Be, don't you think? If you learn stories of your grandma and grandpa, aunts, uncles, previous generations, how cool would it be for you to write them down for your kids? What a great thing. Let's sing that line and go to the very last line of verse 1. I learned stories of my progenitors. I write their history. I keep records of my loved ones on my own family tree. Wow, do you know where your family records are? Do you keep them in a book? Do you keep them on the computer? Maybe in Family Search Program or Ancestry.com? Ask your parents if you can look at your own family tree. Is it a tree that's outside? No, it's a chart that shows you, your parents, their parents, and all the kids that make up your huge, wonderful family. Okay, are you ready for all of verse 1? Here we go. Family history, I am doing it, my family history. And the love I feel while I'm doing it is very sweet to me. I learn stories of my progenitors. I write their history. I keep records of my loved ones on my own family tree. Great job. Okay, so on to verse 2. I have a fabulous photo here. Isn't this fun? This is my own grandma, when she was a little girl in primary. Isn't that just the coolest? I love to think about her being a little child, a little girl who liked to run and play, just like when I was a little girl, I liked to run and play. And you know what? I knew another cool story about her. She was one of the very first sister missionaries. Her mission covered the whole Western United States. Isn't that amazing? I love to learn more about my grandma. So here is how verse 2 starts. Family living now, and the ones who've died can all be sealed to me. Even though my grandma has passed on, I just get so excited thinking about her because I know our family is linked together through the temple ordinance of sealing. Isn't that a cool thing? That's one of the reasons why we do our family history. We find out about all of those who have gone before us. What's the word? Our progenitors, so we can seal and link all our generations together so we can all be one united family back with Heavenly Father. Isn't that the coolest part of our plan? I love it. Okay, let's do that line one more time and move on. Family living now, and the ones who've died can all be sealed to me. And someday I'll meet every one of them, I'm sure as I can be. Have you ever stopped to think about meeting your grandparents, great-grandparents, aunts, uncles that have already passed on? Maybe meeting relatives from hundreds of years ago. all part of your great happy family. Maybe there's someone that shares really similar interests to you. Isn't it exciting to think that one day we can all be together again and we can meet each other and laugh and share stories together? That's a cool thing. Let's sing verse 2 to that point again and move on. Family living now and the ones who've died can all be sealed to me. And someday I'll meet every one of them, I'm sure as I can be. Oh, what joy we'll have when they say to me, we're all a family. Isn't that cool to think about being with all your family? Even if you don't have very many brothers or sisters right now, think of how many you have from the whole history of humankind. That's pretty cool, don't you think? All right, we're all a family. Let's sing that line one more time and move on. Oh, what joy we'll have when they say to me, we're all a family. I am yours and you are mine now through all eternity. I think that's my favorite line of the whole song. I am yours, you are mine now through all eternity. That's why we're working so hard on this work. That's why President Nelson asked us to focus on the gathering as the most important work we can do. It's gathering our friends and family who are ready to hear the gospel message now, here on earth. It's also gathering our loved ones and our ancestors, our progenitors, that are ready to hear the gospel on the other side. We're gathering them all into one big happy family unit, which is such a great and important work. In Come Follow Me this week, have you been learning about Joseph Smith and how he was given the ability and the keys to start this gathering in our own dispensation? Isn't that an exciting thing to think the Lord has asked us to do this big work? And he's gonna help us. Blessings come from doing this big work. So let's sing this song one more time, full of verses all the way through. See if you can keep up. Ready? Family history, I am doing it, my family history. And the love I feel when I'm doing it is very sweet to me. I learned stories of my progenitors, I write their history. I keep records of my loved ones on my own family tree. Family living now and the ones who've died can all be sealed to me. And someday I'll meet every one of them, I'm sure as I can be. Oh, what joy we'll have when they say to me, we're all a family. I am yours and you are mine now through all eternity. Great job. Thanks for learning this fun song with me. And I can't wait to hear the goals that you set with your family and on your own for Strive to Be with Family History. Be sure to send them to me. I'd love to hear what you're working on. We'll see you next time.